The following podcast contains strong language, substance abuse, and themes of suicide. Listener discretion is advised.
So why? Sorry, I'm just completely misunderstood here. Why is there 500 hours of something to listen to?
Well, these two guys were making a podcast about magic, which led them to this stone circle where they performed a sort of ritual that culminated in their deaths.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, these are the two lads that are in the clips that you sent me?
Yeah, a witness saw their bodies hanging in the trees, but by the time the police arrived, the bodies had disappeared.
Can I ask though? I mean, if you don't mind, where did you get there? Like this podcast that they were making. Like if they're missing, how did you?
This is Declan, a voice actor from the UK that I found on the job site Fiverr. I got in touch with him because in today's episode we meet a spell maker who didn't want his voice to be used on the podcast. Since our first Zoom meeting, Declan has taken a real interest in the case, and it's been really useful for me to have someone to talk to, especially someone who lives in the UK. John D has deleted all of his accounts and made it very clear that he does not want me to contact him. I've set up a Google alert for his username, so if he appears online again, I'll know.
And we're sure that this guy, John D, isn't like involved with their disappearance.
I don't know.
You have to have the big fear, death on your doorstep.
Is the Nine Ladies, Stone Circle.
I don't know what we're chasing. Fame, maybe.
It's on a feeling. You might find out more than you want to know. You might not be able to handle it. It could scare the hell out of you.
This is real adventure, isn't it? It's in the fucking nowhere. Stone circles, boarded up churches.
Tell you, magic's real. It has to.
At the start of this podcast, it kind of got away from us a little bit, but very quickly things keep happening.
Scale search of the surrounding moorland area.
I saw two blokes' bodies hanging.
Prank or something more sinister?
I believe.
In magic.
My name is Suzie Edwards, and this is Bodies in the Trees, the last recordings of the Unknown Book Club.
If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. For man has closed himself up till he sees all things through narrow chinks of his cavern. So basically, get out of your bloody box. Right, believe Jake's here.
All right, mate.
Hi!
Hello. Oh, microphone's touch.
Hello.
Hey, nice jumper.
We get feedback from that.
No, yes.
What's
The feedback is very good podcast. Oh, the jokes have started.
Okay, we've got a bit of a reveal here.
Yes.
So, can you point out everything that we've got here to take with us?
Okay.
List them to me.
So we've got the English Book of Magic.
Yep.
We've got your beautiful one, by the way. That looks stunning.
Thank you very much.
The Doors of Perception.
Yep.
And is that to do with journeying?
It is indeed. Well, it's to do with Aldous Huxley taking psychedelic
Excellent.
drugs.
And your sunglasses.
Yeah, and this book,
And the Encyclopedia of Spells. And what are these?
they're magic truffles.
Oh!
Not enough to send us. I've got some enough to send us crazy that are in the fridge, but you're driving, so I don't think it's a good idea to bring them all.
No, just have a little microdose.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with a microdose in a nice sacred environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely all over that.
Exactly. Yay!
What were your mum?
Well, you can do it. Well, you can take them as a suppository if you like, but I think you chew them.
Great.
They taste like a sort of like licking a battery.
Let's stay in Glastonbury tonight.
Inspired by Aldous Huxley's 1954 book, The Doors of Perception, which detailed his psychedelic experiences with mescaline, they've managed to get hold of some psilocybin mushrooms, or, as they're more commonly known, magic mushrooms. A psychoactive fungus used for millennia to open the mind and shed the ego. A way to cleanse the doors of perception. It's been 8 months since they started this journey into magic, and despite Cosmic Feather's warning, they're being drawn by the allure of the occult. Chapter 7. Coincidence.
Heaven now come crawling on back
to you.
Right, so we're on our way to Avebury.
Avebury, you'll meet some really...
Avebury in Wiltshire.
There's been a big build up to it. What are we expecting to see? Oh, we can see it! See the stones?
That's not the stones, is it?
Yes, it is. Look, there's the small stone circle on the far right, and there's the individual stones around the outside.
Shitting hell, it's massive.
That's it. So there's sort of like grassy mounds as we're coming in, sort of like
There's a stone.
raised areas. There's a big stone.
We're going into it.
And there's a witch walking around. Lots. Oh, and
we
we've
are
passed our first
and we're
stone.
in the stones. We're in the circle. We are in the circle.
My word.
This is great. This
Yeah.
house is sick. God, it feels really special.
A few descriptors: thatched roofs, big stones everywhere.
Everywhere.
Giant stones.
The Red Lion pub. Should we have a pint?
Yeah.
February 16th, 2019. The boys are finally on their way to Avebury. It's an old English village, surrounded on all sides by giant Neolithic stone structures. It's the largest stone circle in the world. And something truly remarkable happens here.
Well, that's fun. Just knocked out another... What? Jordan?
Yeah.
I just put in £3.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, what, £1 wasn't working, it kept going through and through and through. And then finally it did go through and knocked out this £2 coin, which is special, I've never seen before, and it says on it Trinity House. Something magical has happened.
Come on, what's the significance of this place?
It's not the place, mate. Just come over here out the wind a second. £2 rare coins, Trinity House coins, sells for £1,100 due to minting error.
What? Goodness me.
I mean, it's real. I mean, that is real. That is a minting error.
What the fuck?
It is, isn't it? Look at it. You can see the dots. They don't go all the way around properly. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence.
You're right, the dots aren't aligned.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious,
I'm
mate.
telling you, magic is real. It has to be. It just simply has to be real. This stuff can't happen. Like, people are like, why isn't it happening to me? Because you're not going out there trying to find it like we are.
What an amazing...
A rare coin with a minting error drops out of the parking meter in the middle of Avebury Stone Circle. Now, I'm not saying I believe in magic, but the boys do. And coincidences like this are further affirming their newfound beliefs.
Gosh, there's an absolute abundance of crystals in here.
Absolutely. This is the lady that we need to speak to. Let's see if there's any blue john in here.
It's a semi-precious one, isn't it?
Ah, so it's semi-precious, so it won't just be out on display, will it? It'll be behind
Also,
something.
we have to remember that it only grows in that one hillside.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the shop. We've got absolutely everything.
That is true.
I found a chalice carved out of blue john for £1,000. That'd be yeah, but obviously we can't possibly get that unless we steal it.
We could get it with that £2 coin.
Yeah, that's true. We can swap that £2 coin for a £1,000 blue john chalice. That'd be pretty cool. Hi, you're getting absolutely mobbed, aren't you?
What can I do for you?
We're making a podcast about
a
podcast about all things magic, but we're looking for something to enhance creativity. That's what we're mainly
Okay, so
interested
you don't
in.
want the stone of magic.
What's the stone of magic?
Labradorite.
Okay, Labradorite.
Yeah.
Can you tell
This
us?
one.
Okay, that's the stone of magic.
Yeah.
It's divine.
It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, and this one, I know you don't want to spend £180. Well, maybe do, I don't know.
Well, let's see.
But this one
Looks like a forest.
God, that's incredible, isn't it?
That really does look like a forest.
Oh God, it's like looking into a world, isn't it? Isn't it? Wow. It just reminds me of branches, and you're just walking through this.
It's the stone of magic.
We can maybe use this in our sort of final ritual. Are there any crystals that are used for anything on the darker side of things?
I don't know. I don't do that.
Do you not? We always know it's like quite a taboo subject, but because we're trying to get a sort of balanced look on things.
There is no imbalance in magic.
There is no imbalance.
Oh,
In
that's a
magic.
beautiful way of looking at it, isn't it?
All magic is trust. Dark magic and light magic will live together because it's a yin-yang thing, but magic is outside of that. Magic is above that.
It's bigger than good or
It's
bad.
bigger than good or bad. You can use it for either one, but the essence of magic is magic. You know? But if I saw magic that was dark, and I didn't believe that it was dark, would it be dark? Oh wait, I heard a good quote. It was, coincidence is the messenger of truth.
Coincidence is the messenger of truth.
If coincidence is the messenger of truth, it denies happenstance. It implies that you are on a divine path as opposed to living through a random series of events. And this type of thinking can be dangerous when you're dealing with elemental forces beyond your control. The conclusions the boys are drawing are allowing them to relinquish responsibility for their actions. Actions whose consequences are directly leading towards that last recording at the Nine Ladies. And yet, they drive deeper into magical England, to Glastonbury.
A pheasant's claw gripping
Some amber. There's brooms for sale here. Oh, Jordan.
Dr. Jekyll's
Jordan.
formula, mate.
Lots of wands here.
This is amazing.
There's absolutely loads of wands.
The Cat and Cauldron is a magic shop on Glastonbury High Street, filled with taxidermy, curios and ingredients for spellcraft. It's exactly as you would expect a store that sells magic spells to look.
Wow. Ooh, pop that back. There are spell kits here, mate.
Oh yeah.
Hello there.
Hello.
Remember Declan from the start of the episode? This is him, voicing the owner of the Cat and Cauldron, who asked to remain anonymous. I've edited him into the recording to retain the original conversation, verbatim.
So someone yesterday came in and picked up one of my wands, you know, and I make them.
Oh, you make the ones that are...
And well, she was literally riveted to the spot for about 5 or 6 minutes. You know, her mate had to pull her away in the end. Yeah, she bought the wand, but
we made
one.
some ones.
Oh yeah.
From Silver Bird.
Oh no, it's good stuff. Yeah, I can see it. Brilliant.
Yes, it was a great experience going finding it.
Well done.
Carving it. And
See, a lot of people can't do that, you know. But for the people who can, please go out there and bloody well do it.
Do you put these spell kits together yourself?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's just what I was doing over there.
And do people come and request things?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to tread very, very carefully on this question, and we always ask it with a sort of. Well, I was going to ask about hexes. Because we're trying to cover both sides. We're trying to look at like the light side of magic and like the light side of spirituality, but we're also looking at the duality of it as well. And bought a big book of spells, and there is a section on hexes. Does anyone ever ask about it?
I mean,
would you consider that to be dark?
No, not particularly. Well, it's darker than most, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a fundamental, an understandable human desire. You know, and it becomes an obsession. And that's where it's dark. You know, it's not the magic itself. It's what it does to you. You know, and you become obsessed with it, and it's all you want to achieve. And then when you do achieve it, it blows itself out again anyway.
We're making a podcast, and we want it to be part of the thing about doing it is that we want to make a spell that makes it successuful.
Oh, right.
So just by the very nature of somebody listening to it means that maybe the magic's worked.
Yes.
And we wondered if you could make us up a sort of ritual.
Well, here's something. The spell kit, that's for business success or venture success, but I don't think I've got one made up.
Would it be something that could be performed outside?
Well, the only thing you got to think about is enough protection for the candle. Because you can't let the candle go out. But in which case, yeah, I will make you up a venture success spell kit. So pop back. If I'm not here, I'll be in a pub, and they're 17 quid.
So listeners, we've got this little bag which has got our venture success spell kit in it. Did you hear the bit where he said this is very dark magic that you shouldn't be meddling with?
You can edit that in.
Now.
Chapter 8. The Trip. Having bought the spell, They're now about to take the magic mushrooms and open the doors.
Probability of losing mics, high.
Probability of losing minds, high. Okay. Down the hatch.
Lovely.
I've got a really sour aftertaste.
Actually, that's absolutely horrible.
What could possibly go wrong? That bird's obsessed with its own reflection. Look at it. It's mating season, isn't it? Thinks it's a fit bird. God, I quite like the look of her. Let me get closer. Whoa, feisty one. Starting to feel a bit odd. What time did we do them?
I've forgotten.
Ooh. Things are getting weird.
Just for listeners, Jordan seems to have gone mad.
Please don't leave me.
Oh, he's growing out my mouth, crawling into my ears. I'm the green man. Don't look at it. Apologise, man.
The thing is,
apologise. Just know what's happening. Oh, that's magic. Rays of light falling on the Abbey.
I'm barely holding on here.
We both die in the same calendar year.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, this fucking town. It's not the view, it's the energy. Yeah. Feel the energy.
We've come to madland. One day we'll be dead.
Oh yeah.
One day we'll be dead, but at least we did this.
After losing themselves up Glastonbury Tor, the boys return to their Airbnb, and this is where things start to get interesting. The problem is they're playing copyrighted music throughout. I've transcribed the conversation, as I think you need to hear what they said.
This has been a bloody brilliant time!
Music. I've been missing music. I couldn't care less about magic, mate. Jake, I think this is magic. Jordan, who gives a fuck about that? We're trying to control nature. You can't control nature, you know? People walk around and genuinely think they're controlling the universe. Jordan opens the window. Do we need to keep recording? Jake, yeah. Jordan, I don't care about the listeners anymore. Jake, we're listening to Elvis. Jordan, and it's beautiful. Jake, and he's dead. But we're listening to him now. Does that not make him immortal? Jordan, well, yeah. But how do we get this feeling forever? Jake, how many times do you want that feeling? 3, 9, infinite times? Jordan, forever. Jake, so Nirvana? Jordan, how do we do that? Jake, this. Jordan, what do you mean? Mushrooms every day for life? Jake, no. Jordan, I want something better. I want to strive for something better. Jake, we can. Jordan, how? Jake, for me.
Can we turn our radios off for a bit?
No.
Please.
Immortality. The indefinite continuation of mental, spiritual, or physical existence. Their bodies are missing, but do they exist in these recordings? These recordings that have fallen into my lap and completely consumed me. Who is John Dee? His silence has left a void which I cannot help but fill with questions. How did he get the recordings? Did he know them? Was he there that night? With only a few months left into the ritual, are we any closer to understanding what led them there? After buying the spell, there's a newfound conviction in Jake, a purpose, with a singular goal to make the podcast successful, to be heard. Well, I'm listening, and so are you.
I mean, that was very interesting, listeners. Wow. Glastonbury really is a very magical place. I mean, I had a spiritual awakening yesterday, not in a wanky way, and took those hallucinogenic bits of dirt, went up a hill with my best friend, had the best time ever, realised that life is all about just having the best time possible in that moment, that the best thing you can reach for is trying to care about other people and try and look after people. Jake, I think, is buying the magic though. He's getting really into it. I don't know what's going to happen when we do this spell. We've got this plan that we're sort of starting to concoct where we're going to go to the 9 ladies and we're going to do this ritual to make the podcast successful. I've got a really bad feeling about it, which is mad because I think because we're recording all the time, because yesterday I was like, who cares about the podcast? This is about life. But I wonder if Jake wants this to be our kind of swan song. And he keeps saying what we're going to be remembered by. Past tense.
The man who comes back through the door in the wall will never be quite the same as the man who went out. He will be wiser but less sure, happier but less self-satisfied, humbler in acknowledging his ignorance, yet better equipped to understand the relationship of words to things, of systematic reasoning to the unfathomable mystery which it tries, forever vainly, to comprehend.
If you have any information relating to this case, please contact Susanna at bodiesinthetrees.com.